So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this challenge, but I ran the randomizer a few times just to see what kind of stuff it would give me, and then I was slapped in the face with this! EarthClan, the serene and volcanic. I know volcanic means something else in this context, but like, the volcanic EarthClan. Yep, these cats just straight up live in a volcano now. I did think of lore reasons for them living there. I think the cats used to live as a part of an agricultural village, somewhere kind of chilly but still bearable. The area has some volcanoes though, and one day, one of them erupts. And you know what happens when volcanoes erupt? Well, first of all, the temperature drops. It is now much more cold in this area. Second of all, the people in this village are a bit freaked out because they also have a volcano on their island. Maybe this is like in Iceland or something? Maybe? I also don't know when this takes place. It could be in the 1800s for all I know. Well, it doesn't have to be anywhere or anytime specific, but just to give you like an idea, this is not like a tropical island or anything. I know it's easy to associate volcanoes with warm temperatures, but that isn't the case here. Well, this volcano that the people have right here wasn't the one to erupt. Who's to say it won't? Plus, the crops aren't doing so well with all the volcano fumes, lack of sunlight, cold. So over some time the village dwindles as people one by one move out. But they didn't bother to take all their cats with them, so like, now what? Human shelters aren't much use without electricity and the winter is coming, so the cats need to find somewhere warm. So they go in the volcano. I tried looking up if volcanoes give off heat, and apparently they do, but mainly sometime before erupting, so that's mildly concerning. But who cares? Volcano cats! So first we have the leader, Cormorant Star. A black tom with short fur and yellow eyes. Since EarthClan is meant to be serene in addition to volcanic, I think the leader is a bit of a hippie. He's too young to have seen the original eruption, as most of his clanmates are, and since there aren't any other clans around, there aren't any particularly difficult decisions that need to be made, so he's mainly just chilling and solving disagreements between his clanmates. Then we have the deputy and Cormorant Star's brother, Spiderfur. He's Black Tom with short fur and amber eyes. I mainly decided who's related to whom based on their appearance, so it made sense to me that these two would be brothers. As the deputy, most of the arranging hunting patrols and the sword falls to Spiderfur, so he's actually the one doing most of the heavy lifting in the leadership here. I think the previous leader didn't appoint him as deputy because he's a bit more hot-headed, while Cormorant Star is more serene, which is important in EarthClan. I think Cormorant Star appointed his brother as deputy because he knew that Spiderfur would have liked to be a leader in his place. Perhaps Spiderfur still holds some resentment towards Cormorant Star over this. The medicine cat is Minkfur, a long-haired, chocolate mackerel tabby she-cat with hazel eyes. I loved designing her. This clan generator is a lot more specific with its descriptions than the actual books are, so I actually had to look up quite a lot of references and vocabulary to figure out how I should go about drawing these characters. I ended up leaning a lot more towards realism with the tabby fur patterns that I usually do as a result. Minkfur is quite small in size, but she is beloved by the whole clan and very sweet, though obviously she can be a little bit strict when times call for it. I think she needs to do a lot of reminding her clanmates to not strain themselves too much when they have a cough from inhaling all the volcano fumes all the time. I'm not sure if the EarthClan cats keep in touch with their ancestors much, but maybe they think that the warmth of the earth is their ancestors keeping them warm. Moving on to the warriors. First we have Asphadelberry, a sparse-haired cream mackerel tabby she-cat with green eyes. I'm not sure if she's sparse-haired due to genetics, or if perhaps she's just taking one for the team and inhaling all those toxic fumes in the air. Her health is ailing a little bit. I thought of this because the Asphodel plant is thought to have a strong connection with the dead. She's a bit grumpy because of all her health problems, but she's still respected within the clan. She's also the mother of Soothpaw and Nightpaw. Blackclaw is, Black Tom with short fur and yellow eyes. Yes, another sibling of Cormorant Star and Spiderfur. Why are there so many of these cats? He, unlike his siblings, has never really been interested in leadership duties. He's just kind of vibing. A bit of a tank. He likes going out instead of taking care of bureaucracy. He's the father of Soothpaw and Nightpaw, but him and Asphadelberry are divorced, and Minkfur and Asphadelberry are girlfriends. Asphadelberry is the most desired cat in the entire clan, obviously. Then there is Starling Throat, a black mackerel tabby with long fur and copper eyes. All the toms in this clan must be black, clearly. I made him a bit more purple because a Starling's throat is purple. He's a cool guy. I have apparently written down in my notes that he's a himbo Chad, but I think those two descriptions might contradict. Either way, he's very handsome and he knows it, an absolute unit, and he's also the dad of Waxtail's kids. The only queen of EarthClan is indeed called Waxtail. She's a short-haired, blue and cream-spot calico she-cat with hazel eyes. That was many words, oh my god. My notes describe her as an Instagram mom. I think she is generally considered to be very pretty. She cares greatly about herself and their kids looking their best all the time. And in addition to being the mother of Witchin' Paw and... Pocket Paw? Pocket Paw? She's carrying another litter. Her and Starling Throat are currently the only breeding pair in EarthClan. Moving on to the Apprentices, we have the aforementioned Witchin' Paw, who's a long-haired blue and cream mackerel tortoiseshell she-cat with copper eyes. She's mentored by Mink Fur, so she's the medicine cat apprentice. Her sister is Pocket Paw. Pochard Paw. Sometimes I hate the English language. Okay, her name is Peepaw now. Her sister is Peepaw, a blue and cream thick tortoiseshell she-cat with short fur and copper eyes, and she's mentored by Asphadelberry. I guess Waxtail and Starling Throat really like naming their kids after waterbirds. These two have an interesting dynamic, in that they both think that their future job is superior to the other. Witchin' Paw thinks that all warriors are just stinky brutes, while Peepaw thinks that all the medicine cats are actually just scaredy cats who think they're superior to everyone else. I am really attached to the idea of an elitist medicine cat in particular. I kind of love her. I think she's well on her way to becoming a good medicine cat, but she does need to learn to appreciate the jobs that the warriors do as well. I think the rivalry between her and her sister kind of brings out the worst in her, as well as the worst in Peepaw, who has somehow managed to already get a scar on her. Where did that come from? I think Peepaw is a delinquent just to spite Witchin' Paw and generally tries to get as messy and stinky as possible just to make her uncomfortable. To the horror of their mom. I think being mentored by Asphadelberry doesn't help. They will eventually have to overcome their differences in order to properly contribute to the clan, but right now their competitiveness is causing both to work twice as hard. Then we have Soothpaw and Nightpaw, the sons of Asphadelberry and Blackclaw. Short-furred black toms with golden eyes. This clan has a shocking amount of genetic diversity. I am not drawing you two separately at this point. I think because these cats are identical, they use this to their advantage to prank the other cats. They pretend to be each other for funsies. Soothpaw is mentored by Starling Throat, while Nightpaw is mentored by his uncle Spiderfur. I think the fact that these two get in a lot of trouble means that there are a lot of situations in which they try to confess their pranks to Cormorant Star in particular, because he's a lot more chill than Spiderfur, the deputy. Unfortunately, all the black toms with vaguely yellow eyes are kind of difficult to tell apart from a distance, so in trying to find Cormorant Star in hopes of getting a less harsh punishment, they might accidentally run into Spiderfur, or God forbid, their dad! Life is not easy for these two pranksters. Also, I don't know which one is which. I'm not even sure they know which one is which. Moving on. Last but not least, we have the singular elder of the clan, Holyface. She's a black and red mackerel tortoiseshell tabby she-cat with long fur and hazel eyes. She is enjoying her well-deserved retirement from volcano cat duties. She is also the only one to have been alive during the original eruption that drove the people away. And she will tell stories about this to anyone who'll listen. She'll tell them things like, "One day, our home too will erupt in flames, filling the skies with thick black smoke, covering the sun and bringing winter, and we shall all perish." And everyone like, "Oh, you silly old cat. You tell your stories." She's Starling Throat's mother and has kind of a bad relationship with Waxtail because she used to tell these scary stories to Witchin' Paw and Peepaw, and Waxtail thinks she's to blame for all the difficulties she's having with her two teenage daughters now. She's also blind, probably due to prolonged exposure to volcano fumes. Minkfur tries to get her to go out sometimes to get some fresh air, but she's getting a bit old and doesn't go out much anymore, lending to a permanent cough, unfortunately. And that's the clan. I actually had a lot of fun designing them, especially the cats who weren't black toms with short fur. I may or may not have a favorite among them. It's also a lot of fun coming up with character designs that I won't have to animate. I can add as much detail as I want. But yeah, I've left a link to the randomizer in the description. I hope this challenge didn't have any rules, because I probably broke them because I watched like one clan generator challenge video before doing my own. Yeah, bye!